Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet once again. My name is Jason, and today we're back with some more Distant Worlds Universe. The year is 2146, September 22nd, and yeah, we're actually starting to expand. So basically, at this point here, I'm actually trying to figure out what exactly my next move is. I took a little bit of time looking over various things. I noticed like Solid Snake is basically still stealing research information. Reach is still being developed. It's still we're still building a planetary facility for, we'll say, our special forces, and it's still having some slow construction of its spaceport due to a lot of limited resources. Now, I could go ahead and do, we'll say, a smuggling mission to really get those, smugglers coming in and dropping off a lot of resources. But I think I'm going to leave that to my private sector. I'm going to leave our private sector go ahead and get the resources. They will get them there eventually. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So let me go ahead and look at my expansion planner here, because I went and forgot what I was doing. Oh, that's right. We're going to go ahead and colonize 2 more planets that are sort of close to our core, and we will be able to defend those. So really not a whole lot has changed since last time. Looking at victory conditions and various different comparisons, we can see that our military strength is still on top, which is good because, especially if you look at our relationship with the Rhodian Hive, they are annoyed with us, and, your colonies and bases trespass in our system, so that's not going to go down. And basically, our ambassador is working overtime to try and try to smooth things over with them. However, our relations with, anyone who's green pretty much seems to be pretty good. The Shandar Paradise is actually pleased with us, despite the fact that they killed Big Boss, which I will never forgive them for. So, actually, let me see here. They're quite dependable. They're slightly stupid. They're slightly friendly. They're quite cautious and quite passive. So there's a good chance that they will not be declaring war on us, but I don't even think we know where they are at. Yeah, we don't, because basically if you click on an empire over here in the Galaxy summary sort of little screen, you'll see yellow dots where their colonies happen to be, and we don't know where the Shandar Paradise is. Actually, it says right here, capital unknown. So we're going to probably need to get an intelligence mission underway to find their location, or you know what, I might just trade territory maps with them. You know what, actually, I'm going to throw that offer out there. I've been a little bit, we'll say selfish, we'll say, with my intel, but I suspect that this can only be beneficial. Like, they'll find out where we are. We know roughly where everyone else is. There's the chance that they're up here to our, we'll say, I'll call it northeast, like I said, just so that we can use basic map notation, but there's a good chance that they're probably way down here, and it's not going to affect us a whole lot. So we're going to go ahead and speak with the Shandar Paradise, and we're going to go ahead and swap territory maps. We'll see if they accept, and where are they situated. There they are, way down here, just like I suspected. They're far away from everything, so they're down there, and now we know where they're at. Actually, I think let me see, there was a total of 19 empires that we started the game with. Let me see, Naxilian Union, construction of Bakur's high-speed shipyard has begun at Gimmer Junction in the Gemmer Junction system. Now this is, actually we could have gotten that if we would have gone down the proper research tree. That is, actually, I think we may have already gotten the technology for that. Did we? No, I don't think we did. Give me a second. Yeah, right here, the Bakur's high-speed shipyards. So right here, we actually do have the technology. We could have gone ahead and started building it, but I'm not going to try to beat them to that. What I might do, though, because, like I said, research is a big thing for me. I'm thinking about getting enhanced research, and then that will allow me to build the Rusin Technology Installation, and that'll really increase, we'll say, colony development. I can put that on our capital, and that'll give us an extra 40%. So that'll give us a lot, we'll say, a lot more income, and in addition to that, it'll also give us 50% more high-tech research, development, high-tech research, basically research points and all that. So I think I might go ahead and, where was that? I might go ahead and queue that up next to enhanced research. Let me see, we've already got quite a few things queued up, but if nobody's gone ahead and started building that by the time we get there, we're definitely going to take advantage of that. We've received a few gifts from, who's the Great Meridian Alliance? They are, oh, they're these guys over here. We also got monetary gifts from the Asilis Major, and now we've got trade sanctions being imposed on us by the Rhodian Hive. Like I said, our relations with the Rhodian Hive are very, they're really on thin ice, so we're gonna have to be careful with them. However, like I said, our military strength is still above them, so I don't think they're going to declare war on us. But you know, I still have to be prepared for that possibility. We have discovered the Techno Nexus, ancient ruins from a lost civilization at the volcanic planet Lunar Major 1 in the Lunar Major system. Should we investigate the ruins? Of course we should! The Techno Nexus provides a unique bonus to any empire that colonizes this planet. Empire-wide high-tech research bonus of 50%. Holy cow, we should totally do that! Go to event location. Where is this planet? Lunar Major 1. It is a volcanic planet. We cannot colonize it. The quality is pretty terrible, which means it might fly underneath a lot of different, we'll say, colonies or different empires' radar. Ooh, and it's in our territory. This is going to become an objective for us. I definitely want to be targeting. That place. The quality is absolutely terrible, but having a 50, let me see if I read that correctly. Let's see, 25% development bonus for colony and empire-wide high-tech research bonus of 50%. That's I think it's worth it. Just establishing our small, we'll say, very terrible colony on that planet is absolutely worth it. So, I believe that's what, under energy and construction. No, I'm wrong. It's under high-tech and industrial. That's where our colonization is. No, I'm wrong again. No, I'm right. Right here. Desert. So we have to go all the way up to volcanic colonization. So we're not going to be able to get it for a little while, but it's definitely something that I'm glad is within our territory, and we will fight for that because that will give us a tech advantage if we do manage to secure it. All right, so the Rhodian Hive is offering us a trade deal. Let's go ahead and see what they're offering. We offer to give you they offer to lift the trade sanctions against us if we give them the Ulex 3 gas mining station in sector K6. Let me see, that would be K, and then we move up to 6? Wait, up here? Or is it down? I'm guessing maybe it's down here. That would make sense if it's like right here on the line. I'm actually going to say no. 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 It's basically on that sort of line. It's contested. It's not like right in the middle of their territory. If we had a gas mining station down here, you know, I'd probably say, you know what, okay. But it's kind of right on that line, and I kind of feel like no. That I was there first. I got it. And, you know, that very well may lead to, well, let's say, a war with them, which I really don't want, but hey, if that's what it comes to, that's what it will come to. We're going to go ahead and reject this proposal because the Boscara, the Rhodian Hive, is like the one faction right now that I'm kind of willing to tick off to the point of war, because I'm just like, no, nuh-uh, I need to expand somewhere. I could expand up this way. I really could. There's a lot of pirate activity up here. I noticed a lot of our civilian ships are getting hit while they come up here, but it is an area we could expand into. But I would like to expand down here because that would also get us closer to, say, some of these other, we'll say, trade partners, and it would help me connect my two territories. I hate having this sort of separation between the two. It's driving me nuts. Let's see, the Great Meridian Alliance is offering a free trade agreement. We recommend a free trade agreement between our empires. Just think of all of that Nephthys wine, and you can trade with us. So we know what they want. Are you tempted? Yeah, you know what? Sure, why not? An excellent outcome. Now, I've been saying yes to everything, but I've just like, we'll say, the trade deals I did in the earlier episodes, I'm maybe not considering how beneficial these are to me. You know, some of these deals might be more beneficial to them than it is to me. So I'm going to actually have to maybe take some time and actually look at exactly, you know, which way the trade is going and how beneficial it really is to me. Now, there was something else that had come up. Oh, they wanted to swap territory maps. However, I believe that since I can't remember if we have free trade. I think that it automatically sort of shows you the territory map of the other faction. So I don't think that it's that offer or that request is relevant anymore, and that's probably why it disappeared. So let's see, exploration ship Saul Prophet is under attack. Okay, so yeah, there's basically more pirates over there. All right, territory map swap offered by the Canadian territory. Let me take a look. I can go ahead and sort of prove my theory here. We have a free trade agreement, and they're asking for a territory map swap. So that does tell me that maybe I was incorrect. That maybe things do change. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna accept it. Just maybe not. Let's do it. I'm just curious. You know what? They haven't made any changes. I did. Technically, I showed my hand. I shouldn't have done that. Regardless, anyways, what's done is done. Alright, so Solid Snake has come back with information on large-scale construction, which actually allowed us to complete the technology. So we actually now have large-scale construction, which allows us to build ships with up to a maximum size of 500, which is amazing! Excellent. However, we still have other techs that are being researched, so we don't really need to queue anything else up. We do, however, need to give Mr. Solid Snake another mission to do, with his espionage skill now at 77%. Let's just keep stealing the technology. Yes, we're gonna keep stealing from the Dandalus Technocracy, because they seem to have all the tech. So we're gonna steal research, and what are we looking for now? Let's see. We are looking maybe at, I'm not sure what we would want from them. Alright, I went ahead and I took a look at the, we'll say the research screen, and it looks like Fusion Ignition is a Quameno only. It's an exclusive technology, and it actually appears to be slightly better than Quantum Exploitation, which we're working towards right now, but we won't have for a little while. So I'm actually wondering if we should go ahead for Fusion Ignition, and because it actually, like I said, it looks like it's better. Now, if I'm reading this right, it says 2.0 fuel units per 1,000 energy units. So I take that to mean that it only takes 2 units of fuel to give 1,000 energy units, which would mean that it's actually a lot more, we'll say, efficient on fuel than any of these other options. So it would take less fuel. We would have a higher energy, about the same energy output as Quantum Exploitation, which we haven't even started on yet, but it's a lot more than what we currently have, and it would have better storage capacity. So I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and steal Fusion Ignition from the Quameno Empire, which is actually, sorry, the Quameno is the name of the aliens, but the name of their actual empire is the Dandalus Technocracy. So we're going to go ahead and set up that mission so that we can start using some of their, we'll say, exclusive technology that's typically intended. Oh, is that because? Oh, so their exclusive technology is a little bit harder to get your hands on. 80%. I am not willing to risk Solid Snake on an 80%. We'll say an 80% attempt on that technology. It would be nice to have, but it's very risky, and he's really seasoned. He's very, very good. We're going to maybe go with planetary governance. And actually, we'll talk about what that does in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and assign the mission. We'll go back to the research screen, and I will show it to you. Planetary governance basically allows you to build the planetary facility, the regional capital. Now, regional capitals lower corruption in your nearby colonies, increasing revenue for your empire. This project allows you to build one additional regional capital in your empire. So basically, the further away you get from, we'll say, your homeworld, that you tend to get a little bit more, we'll say, corruption in your empire. You know, it's further away, there's not as much, we'll say, oversight, and they're able to go ahead and start siphoning off, you know, cash and stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at, for example, Dagon. And we can see right here, it's got a 24% corruption, which means, you know, there's 24% of all the money that's coming out of Dagon we are losing due to corruption. And so this is right now, this is, say, an early candidate for me to establish a regional capital here to reduce the corruption and increase our revenues in the area. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and steal planetary governance from the Dandalus technocracy so that we can maybe maximize the taxes that are coming in to our empire. Alright, so Dagon has completed a colony ship which has basically just started taking off towards the planet Agigere. So basically we have a colony ship currently en route to another planet for us to go ahead and colonize. That's one of those planets that we weren't able to colonize initially because, you know, I believe it's is it a desert planet? Yes, but because Tikan's natural, we'll say, habitat, it happens to be desert, we were able to send a Tikan colonization ship over to that planet and go ahead and colonize that. Now, as we gain technology, we'll be able to go ahead and build, we'll say, human colony ships to get humans on the planet as well. But for now, there we go. There's we are about to have our fourth planet. Let me see. We currently have 3, if I recall correctly. So Dagon, Reach, and then we're going to have at least 1 more. And I believe we have another colony ship queued up to go ahead and to colonize another planet. So once again, we're out of planet names. I've got no more suggestions for that. So if, like I said, if you would like to name something, go ahead and throw some. Actually, there was a whole list of names I should probably look back on. I'm very sorry. I just remembered that I had a whole list and I don't have it in front of me. But I'll make sure that I take a good look at that list. That user, whose name escapes me as well, went ahead and posted a little while back. We'll go ahead and maybe grab some stuff from there as well. Let's see. So basically our colony governor, Donato Abaria, located at Dagon, has increased his colony income skill level, which is great because we have corruption there, but we still need to deal with that corruption issue. Yeah, I'm not big on territory swaps anymore. It was a phase. We went through it for a little bit, but enough territory swaps. No more territory swaps. Okay, this is big. I was actually just checking on my luxury casino, my resort base, when this came up. Secret construction project discovered. We have discovered a huge unfinished construction project in the Iskabar minor system. Under construction is an enormous mobile military base that houses a super weapon designed to destroy an entire planet. The base, named the Desolation Moon, appears to have been abandoned when it was only half finished. Once this base is completed, it would allow the possessor to dominate the galaxy. In addition, examining the advanced technology in this project would no doubt provide significant research bonuses to our empire. We should hurry to finish the construction of this enormous weapon. Yes, we want to secure this. We do not want anyone else to get their hands on this thing. Where is this? So the Desolation Moon is right there. What system is this in? This is actually really close to us. We need to get ships out here now. Okay, so basically I want to go ahead and secure that. No, go back. Pause. Exploration ship, get your butt back over here. Just sit in the system for a second. Just sit here. I just want you to sit in system. No automation, just sit there. I need to keep an eye on this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this, the Blue System Ranger, this exploration ship, I'm actually just going to park it right here in this system so that I can keep an eye on the World Destroyer. We want, it's basically a Death Star. And if we can get this thing constructed, we are basically unstoppable. But at the same time, I'm wondering if we should destroy it, because I don't think anyone should have this kind of power. Interesting. Let's get to your guys. Actually, we should get this thing and then go the way of darkness and then steamroll everything. Who are you? Okay, it's a pirate faction. So the pirate factions are aware of this thing. So let's go ahead and grab a construction ship. Serene Scheme. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, Serene Scheme, you know what? Forget what you're doing right now. Actually, do we have an idle ship? Okay, give me a second. I'm going to grab myself a construction ship, and we're going to get this... basically start rebuilding this ship here. Actually, what is that? That's a Silver Mist. So there's a Silver Mist cloud by the World Destroyer. So we have to deal with the Silver Mist before we can rebuild the World Destroyer. Okay, so never mind. I don't want to get the construction ship going just yet because I need to deal with the Silver Mist. And the strength, it's not that bad, but it is still a bit of a problem. So something to consider. We need to get maybe our strike force in here to destroy the Silver Mist and then secure the area while we have construction ships come in and repair this. So that's amazing that the World Destroyer is so close to us, but we need to, we'll say, guard this location. Just guard it. We cannot let anyone find out about that. There's probably someone else who already knows about it, but we need to secure that. That is very cool. Okay. Alright, so our engineers have completed research in long-range scanners. So that allows us to go ahead and build long-range scanners that basically allow us to scan things at long range. Yay! So that's great. I just wanted to go ahead and give you an update on that. I've gone ahead and I have built, was it 8 new, I'm building 8 new cruisers, which I am putting into the group known as the Desolation Moon Fleet. And I'm going to be parking that fleet over here in this system to basically oversee and protect the World Destroyer project here. So once those are constructed, and I've also queued up the building of another construction ship, which will be dedicated strictly to repairing the World Destroyer. Now, I could go ahead and get like a whole string of, we'll say, construction ships working on that, and that probably would work because it does take a long time to repair the World Destroyer. However, I don't want to dedicate that much of my resources to it because I can't get tunnel vision. I can't just be focusing on this and disregard everything else. For example, the numerous pirate attacks up in, we'll say, the northern areas. Alright, so it looks like our mining base was attacked by a giant Kaltor. However, I believe it probably has enough firepower to defend itself. There we go. We'll go ahead and queue up a construction ship to repair it. Our colony governor on Dagon has increased his colony happiness skill level, which means there's a good chance that the people of that lovely planet will be happier now. Let me take a look at Dagon. Yeah, they're at plus 35. You know, guys, I think I should be taxing the heck out of you guys. What is my tax rate on there? Is what, 12%? You know what? You guys can give me an extra 2%. Yes. Help, let's say, carry the load of the development of the rest of the Empire. It's nice to see that Reach is finally getting happy. Let's see. Actually, they're happy, but their military academy is only 74% complete. It's not quite done yet, but Reach is starting to come along very nicely. And Akugare, whatever, has been colonized. So here we have we'll say, our 4th planet. Let's go ahead and select the colony. We're going to go ahead and zoom in on it. The nice thing about this planet is it is located in the blue system. So it is basically by our capital. This place will get built up very quickly. I'm actually debating if I should even put a spaceport here because, you know, we already have the spaceport over here on our capital, let's say our capital planet. It does have, let me see, the city of Saul. Now, does the city, does this give any bonuses? Oh, nice, a 14% development bonus for the colony. Nice, so because we have those ruins on the planet, it's going to give us a 14% bonus to development, which is basically going to increase the development cap. Usually it caps out at about 100%, so actually that side, it's a little bit smaller, but the quality's good, so this is going to turn into a very nice system. Actually, you know, at the very least, I think I should build a small... let me see, a small, there it is, small spaceport, just to, for defense purposes, and to allow, we'll say, ships to more easily dock and transfer cargo and stuff. So that's going to go ahead and, we'll say, develop, and we will likely rename that planet because I'm having a really hard time pronouncing that one. Alright, so, and all the wonderful cruisers I went ahead and queued up, as part of my Desolation Moon Fleet, have basically, almost all of them have been completed at the Dagon Spaceport. So as soon as they are all done, I am going to issue them the order to go ahead and set up shop in the Desolation, the Iskabar Minor system. Yeah, they look like they're almost all done. Alright, so the Nexilian Union has completed construction of the Great Wonder, the Bakurus high-speed shipyards at their colony Gemmer Junction in the Gemmer Junction system. Congratulations to the Nexilian Union. May we crush you and steal it from you in the future. So, something I haven't talked about too much here is we've got the resort base, the one I was looking at a little bit earlier. And what happens is when people go onto the resort base, that you get a sort of a one-time payment, so you get money, and that's why my bonus income was a lot higher earlier. I was getting tons of cash, but if we go ahead and look at my Empire summary screen right now, we can tell that, you know, I'm not getting that resort income anymore. So, you know, I have had some new technologies developed, and I can't remember if one of them was like troop compartment or passenger compartment developments. So what I went ahead and I did is I'm making sure that my luxury casino is basically retrofitted to the newest one, and maybe increases the capacity for people to come aboard, and that will allow me to get more money out of it. I'm almost kind of wondering if I could game the system by destroying the base and then rebuilding another resort base later to get more money. I wonder, that would probably be a very jerk thing to do, especially considering how many people are on board. We got humans, Nexilians, Tikans, Dayats, Boscara. Yeah, there's a lot of people on board that luxury ship, so luxury base rather. The resort base. Come on, third time's the try. Third time's the try. Holy crap! I think I need to stop. Anyways, so yeah, I'm debating on how I should proceed with that. Galactic Newsnet. The Tikan Corporation is facing an economic crisis. That is interesting. I don't know exactly what that means. An economic crisis. It's a random event. I don't believe it's something that necessarily means, you know, that they have a really bad cash flow. I think it's basically like a disaster that occurs. Something happens. So what I'm wondering, actually, you know, let's go ahead and maybe take a look at the Galactopedia, and maybe it has something to say about economic crises. Crisis? Precisely. You know what I'm trying to say. Alright, I looked all over and I was not able to find anything, and looking at the victory conditions here, or economy side, it really does not look like the Tikan Corporation is having too much of a crisis. I don't know if it means that things are going to be going down you know, slowly over time, or what, but basically, we'll say their GDP is doing just fine, despite the fact that they're having some sort of economic crisis, and I wasn't able to find anything in that Galactopedia, so I'll maybe do some looking online and see if I can get back to you on that. Or, hey, if you know the answer, please go ahead and leave it in the comment section. That would be great. We have a new intelligence agent named Luke Moretti. Well, your name is not Donato, so I guess we're already off to a good start. Luke Moretti. Let me see here. What do you got? PsyOps. That's about it. It's untested. You know, we're gonna have to send you off on a mission to get you, we'll get you spun into shape. Yeah. We'll get you whipped into shape. There we go. That's what I was going for. Alright, but you know what? You know, not a whole lot of time has passed on the game clock. There's a lot of different little things to, take into account, and I realize we really haven't made a whole lot of progress, but there's a lot of small things that have been happening, and that I've sort of been looking over and doing some planning. This one here, like I said, it was more so sort of a planning phase. Okay. So Solid Snake evaded detection, but he also failed to get the research information, which means we still have him. That's a good thing. We still have Solid Snake, but he did fail to get the information. I'm just glad he's okay. It looks like maybe his skill developed a little bit. So we're gonna start, we'll say, sending people off on missions next time. Like I said, I'm sorry not a whole lot really happened this time. We did discover the World Destroyer. You know, there's a few little things, but you know, the lines haven't really expanded. Well, we got a new colony too. Okay, so stuff happened. It just, because the game is going slower than it was earlier, I feel like, you know, there wasn't as much that happened, but, you know, now, like I said before, you know, once we get into this larger part of the game, things start to happen in a very short time frame, which is why I've been playing. I haven't gone beyond, we'll say, one time speed on anything, because, like I said, stuff just starts happening too quickly. But anyways, if you like the content and would like to see more, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I'd like to ask you all to game on.